Now, the US and India are set to resume negotiations on trade barriers, marking a shift in tone from President Donald Trump. After months of tariffs and sanctions, Trump now says that he wants to unlock the limitless potential, quote-unquote, of the India-US partnership. Just a couple of days ago, he insisted that he would always be friends with Modi, a gesture warmly reciprocated by the Prime Minister. But optimism is mixed with caution. Even as he talks reconciliation, Trump is lobbying the EU to impose up to 100% tariffs on India and China. Why? Because the two nations' continuous purchase of Russian crude adding to the distrust. Trump's trade advisor, Peter Navarro, has doubled down, branding India the Maharaja of tariffs. As India treads carefully, the opposition is divided, quick to amplify Trump's ceasefire claims, but reluctant to credit Modi's diplomacy for the apparent thaw.
50% का टैरिफ गलत, नाजायज है। सारी गड़बड़ी जो हुई है वो ट्रंप और मोदी जी के व्यक्तिगत रिश्तों को लेके हुई है। अरे दोस्त अमेरिका और भारत बने, राष्ट्रपति और प्रधानमंत्री आते जाते रहते हैं।
Well, it is not done till it is not done. So therefore, with great respect, you may have a different Truth Social post from President Trump tomorrow.
तो चीन का क्या करोगे आप तो चीन का गोदी में जाकर बैठे। चीन या अमेरिका या ट्रंप, सबसे पहली बात है आप ट्रंप के साथ कुछ भी डील करो, सबसे पहले आपको ये खुलासा एक्सप्लेनेशन देना पड़ेगा कि क्या भारत और पाकिस्तान का युद्ध ट्रंप ने बंद किया।
President Trump's change of mood, change of tone, change of language is powerful evidence of the effectiveness of Prime Minister Modi's Swadeshi foreign policy.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
All right, let's take this across to our guest now. Joining us is Sushant Sareen, who is, of course, a senior fellow at ORF. We have Advocate Vandana Sinha, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. Advocate Vandana Sinha, let me start with you. The point is that, somewhere or the other, when Donald Trump comes out to say that, I resolved, whatever dispute was there between India and Pakistan, I resolved the war, the crisis, so on and so forth. When you have the Prime Minister who has very clearly come out to say in Parliament, no less, what really the stand of India is, why is it correct at a time like this to be raising, whether India and US's ties have actually, warmed up or not? The larger question is, if this tariff continues at 50%, that's going to hurt all Indians. It's not any one political party or region. So, the bigger question is raising questions about whether the government has, thrown in the towel, whether it comes to farmers, agriculture, dairy, so on and so forth, when the Prime Minister has very clearly said there's going to be no compromise over there. So why is this issue repeatedly coming up from the opposition side when things are perhaps thawing between India and US?
Madhav, first of all, I just want to say the way Prime Minister is acting, it's a fatal for the entire country. First of all, like the party convener has already conveyed this message, like removing of 11% duty on the cotton, how much it will affect to the farmers? Allowing American businessmen to India, it is going to affect the entire Indian economy. It's going to affect the farmers, it's going to affect that employment, everything.
And what will tariffs do? What will 50% tariffs do, madam?
Continuously.
They will help the economy grow.
Yes.
50% tariffs will help the economy grow.
This is what, why our Prime Minister is hiding, why the Prime Minister is not answering. Even the small countries answered Trump by their acting. But our Prime Minister...
What do you want the Prime Minister to say?
I don't know how he is behaving with Trump.
What do you want the Prime Minister to say, ma'am? Please tell us. What do you expect him to say?
Why does he want to make Trump happy? Why? No, that every time Trump is insulting by imposing 50% of that tariff, Trump is 35 times said that the ceasefire had happened. Why Prime Minister has not retaliated? Why the Narendra Modi is not retaliated?
Ma'am, क्या बोलना चाहिए? What do you want Prime Minister to say? आप बताइए, what do you want Prime Minister to say? To the best of my knowledge, he's spoken in Parliament. He has said there's no third-party intervention. What is it that you want the Prime Minister to say?
If he said so, then why again and again Trump has repeated the same thing? Why not he has answered? Why no media conversation?
Ma'am, आपको मैं 3 बार पूछ चुका हूँ. All 3 times you have not been able to explain to me what really has, in fact, what you expect the Prime Minister to say. But I'm just going to read out what Donald Trump said. He said, I am pleased to announce that India and US are continuing negotiations to address the trade barriers between our two nations. Look forward to speaking with my good friend PM Modi in upcoming weeks. I feel certain that there will be no difficulty in coming to a successful conclusion for both our countries. And the Prime Minister has responded saying that India and US are natural partners and close friends, so on and so forth. What is offensive in this, Vandana Sinha, according to you? Where is the insult in either of these statements?
So this is only one side conversation. What Donald Trump wants, this is what is happening every time. This is one-sided conversation. Whenever Donald Trump wants, he imposed 50% of the tariff. When Donald Trump said, this is said the Indian has a dead economy. When Donald Trump says that India Pakistan se maafi mangega ek din, and now the Donald Trump is saying,
I started off by saying that there were a series of such statements that have been made in the past. Now the ties between the two countries are improving. Okay, let me bring in others. Sushant Sareen, come in on this. Would you like to respond to Vandana Sinha? Because she says the Prime Minister has not yet clarified, and these, the compromises that India is making with cotton, with allowing US businesses, this is going to destroy the Indian economy. Sushant Sareen, your response.
Yeah, I normally don't want to indulge in these kind of conversations because it is so brainless that it hurts me. Now the lady out here is saying small countries have said certain things to Trump. Can she tell me which small countries have said certain things to Trump? Please tell me. Has Vietnam, has Indonesia, has Japan, has South Korea, has the European Union? Which one has, apart from India and Brazil, who has, and to some extent China, who has stood up against Trump? Number one. Number two.
Let her answer that. Let her answer that. Yeah, okay. You want Vandana to answer that, or you want to respond to her?
No, I want to, if she can inform me, because I am maybe uninformed. Aam Aadmi Party is very well informed. If she can tell me which small country she's talking about which has stood up to Trump.
Vandana Sinha, which is the small country? Please tell us.
Can I just come in here?
Vandana Sinha, question for you from Sushant Sareen. Which are these small countries?
When Donald Trump said that when Donald Trump says that we are going to impose 100% tariff, all other countries has answered Donald Trump.
Please name the countries, ma'am.
We are going to stop it, but why Narendra Modi? Why Narendra Modi?
Ma'am, name some of them. Can you tell us the name?
Why Narendra Modi has not answered? Why Narendra Modi has not answered?
Ma'am, आपने जो बोला है, आपसे हमने पूछा क्या बोलना चाहिए, वो बता नहीं पा रहे. आपने कहा स्मॉल कंट्रीज, जवाब दे रहे यूएस को. नाम बता दीजिए कौन से कंट्रीज है ये?
मैं यही तो कह रही हूँ कि क्यों आज नरेंद्र मोदी
नाम बताइए कंट्रीज के,
क्यों घुटने,
कंट्रीज के नाम बताइए मैम. तीसरी बार पूछ रहा हूँ आपसे, कंट्रीज के नाम हाँ या ना? आपके पास कंट्रीज के नाम है? वंदना सिन्हा, यू हैव द नेम ऑफ दोस कंट्रीज, यस और नो?
आज क्यों घुटने टेक देते हैं जब
I am asking you the name of the countries, Vandana Sinha. You have made repeatedly the claim that small countries have done so. You have no answer. Please at least have facts on hand. Sushant Sareen is asking you the name of those particular countries. You don't have them on hand.
11% की ड्यूटी.
Tell us the name of the countries.
Why 11%? Why 11% duty was removed by the? Why 11%?
Sushant Sareen. Okay, Sushant Sareen.
What do you want me to say? She's been Googling furiously, but she can't find the name of the country. She can't find any other answer. She says Donald Trump told India that India will apologize to Pakistan. Can she tell me where he said this? You know, these are people who will just shoot their mouth off without knowing the subject, without knowing what they are talking about. This is the typical rabble-rousing crowd. Okay, now the thing is, what do they want us to do? Does the representative of the Aam Aadmi Party think that diplomacy with a very critical country like the United States, a country with whom we have very important economic relations, political relations, security relationship, and a strategic relationship. That we should burn the house down simply so that, some people can, celebrate on the streets. कि दिखा दिया, बता दिया, उसके बाद क्या होगा? Now we are in a tough spot. I am not for a moment hiding this fact, and I am not like any of the other people who will say, we've shown Donald Trump, etc. We are in a tough spot. We got an opening. The Prime Minister responds to that opening. Donald Trump has been praising the Prime Minister ever since this fracas started.
Right.
The only Prime Minister responded to Donald Trump was the last time when we saw there was an opening that yes, now he is climbing down the high horse. And yesterday, right? Again, please remember the same Prime Minister who calls every other world leader his friend and used to call Donald Trump his friend is not addressing him in those terms. So I think he's being careful. He doesn't know which way this is going to go.
There's definitely a change in tone as far as President Trump is concerned. Again, will there be another flip-flop? We don't know. But for the moment, the last two statements that have come in from his side, I believe, are reconciliatory statements. And that's why I want to ask a simple question to Kapil Madan. Kapil Madan, we've all been seeing what's happened over the last few weeks. Of course, rhetoric had completely broken down. Several top, officials in Washington, D.C. were making extremely undiplomatic statements when it came to India. But now, the president has set the tone right. The question over here is this. Why still do we have senior Congress leaders, Mr. Jairam Ramesh, for instance, who says that PM Modi has told President Trump that India and US are natural partners? Question now this. Are they so natural that President Trump has declared on 35 occasions that he brought about the India-Pakistan ceasefire on the evening of May 10th using trade as the instrument of leverage? The larger question is that why are we amplifying the kind of narrative that US wants, which will give the United States leverage in this situation of a trade negotiation or a trade standoff?
Madhav, I heard my good friend Sushant Sareen here, and let me just say this on a lighter note. He's just trying to defend the government like a PR stunt, who's there trying to, promote a, failed movie as a blockbuster movie. And let me give you a very specific example why I say so, and I'm saying this very responsibly. We all saw when Operation Sindoor happened, it was the Donald Trump. Before we got official announcement from our authorities, Donald Trump made a tweet and he announced and he said that he has used trade and he has played a role in getting this ceasefire done. Now the government of India thereafter have consistently denied those kind of statements, and Donald Trump have, on the other hand, have consistently reiterated. If, my memory serves me right, at least he has, more than 25, 26 times he has reiterated this statement where, he's saying that he has played a role and he has used trade to, negotiate a ceasefire. That's point number one.
So you believe
point
Trump, you don't believe your Prime Minister?
Hold on. No, I don't.
You believe Trump, yes or no?
That's not the point.
So that's my question to you. Do you believe Trump over your own Prime Minister?
It's not about how I believe. It's
no,
about
there's a reason I'm asking you this. There's a reason I'm asking you this, Kapil Madan.
You have to be
because even Pakistan has denied Donald Trump's claim.
And give an answer yourself.
No, the point is even Pakistan has denied that claim. That the bluster that Trump is engaged in.
Madhav, not long ago, we have been, President Trump has called us a dead economy. One of their very higher official has called us, laundromat for Russian oil. These are the kind of remarks which have been made against us. And now when Trump made a tweet, you want to say, oh, we are friends, we are looking forward for this conversation. What kind of diplomacy is this? If that person, I am with the government on this. If that person is trying to play against India, if that person is trying to play against the interest of, our traders and our citizens, I am with government. I am with Mr. Narendra Modi. Show them a tough stand. Show them that this is a country which can take its own decision and we will not get intimidated. How many hours Mr. Modi, took of, while responding to that tweet of Donald Trump?
Madan,
how many hours?
Kapil Madan,
how many hours?
Kapil Madan, a few weeks ago, just a few weeks ago, maybe a fortnight ago, we saw Prime Minister in Tianjin. 1 second, what do you call that?
He's trying to bully you.
Kapil Madan, have you forgotten that we went to Tianjin? Did you see the pictures coming out of there with Xi Jinping, with Vladimir Putin? Have you forgotten all that?
No, I mean, that's
What was that?
even worse.
That is worse. That's not diplomacy.
Even worse. Yes. Allow me to explain. That's even worse. What did you hear? Our press conferences made by our defense forces. They said it was a war that was being fought, against Pakistan and China. Because China was giving...
We actually managed to get in Pahalgam into the statement, but the question... Kapil Madan, answer this. The same question I asked of Vandana Sinha. What should India's diplomatic response have been? Tell us. Tell us, Kapil Madan. If Congress is in power, what will the response be?
All I can tell you, Madhav, is that this could not have been the response where
what would have been the response? Tell us. It's very easy to criticize.
You should have taken a stand.
Tell us what's the response.
Yes, I am saying you should have taken a stand.
What was the response after 26/11?
Refuse ceasefire.
What was the response after 26/11, Kapil Madan? Have you forgotten? You want me to refresh your memory?
How many?
Biryani diplomacy.
So we
You think that is taking a tough stand?
Let me give
surrendering in Sharm el-Sheikh.
Is
that taking a tough stand?
Madhav, the stand would have been the one we took in 1971. That's
1971.
ये stand होना चाहिए था. ये stand होना चाहिए था, but आप वो stand लिया नहीं गया और आप उस position को.
Sir, there was a Bangladesh war. Anyway, let RP Singh come in on this. RP Singh,
which is not defendable.
Since you've taken Sushant, I'm going to let Sushant come in and then come to you, RP Singh. Just a minute. Sushant, quick response.
There can't be a quick response because Kapil Madan, apart from the personal jibes which he makes, which again all these congressmen do, I don't know what they get out of it, but he's welcome to it. This is probably how they've been asked to operate.
Mr. Sareen, it was on a lighter note. I apologize.
Let him finish. You made a personal jibe. Let him respond.
What trying to do, but it's fine. It's okay. I don't blame you for it. I think it's a part of your party's upbringing, how you people deal with other people. But on the 1971 war, yes, we stuck to our guns, just like we are sticking to our guns right now. You had a very hostile American administration which was actually threatening to take action against India. And yes, all credit to the then government led by Mrs. Gandhi. And that was a different Congress party. It was not the Congress party of today. It was not a woke Congress party. It was not an NGO. It was a proper governing party, the natural party of governance. And yes, that Iron Lady took a stand. And yes, that same Iron Lady, when push came to shove, because the Russians also started dealing with the Americans, we let go of the advantages we had won on the battlefield on the diplomatic table. So please don't tell us what we won and what we lost. Secondly, on this whole business of what Donald Trump said, Donald Trump, I can tell if Mr. Madan wants to share his number with me, I'll send him that particular clip because I've saved it. Donald Trump said that my people spoke to Modi and then they spoke to the Pakistanis and we told the Pakistanis that you bloody well stop and otherwise we will not do trade with you. The trade talk happened with the Pakistanis. And the same Pakistanis would have conveyed to Donald Trump that, Ji Hazur, my baap, we have told the Indians to stop the war. This is what actually happened. But if they want to create a fake narrative that the Congress party wants to create, they are welcome to it. It's a free country. They are free to peddle whatever they want to peddle. And if they hope that it gets them votes, good for them. But final point, Madhav, the issue is, has India given in to the demands raised by Mr. Trump and his administration? We are saying we are ready to engage. We are saying we are ready to negotiate with you. We are saying let us see if we can find some kind of a middle ground. Have we said we are going to open up our markets on, for example, on agriculture, on dairy, on a range of other things? We haven't. We are ready to negotiate. If we can find a middle ground, we'll do it. But are you saying that when you say that we will not be intimidated, we should not be intimidated? What do you want us to do? Take a panga with the largest economy in the world? Do you think that will serve our purpose? It's the same people who say that because of the Trump tariffs, hundreds of thousands of people are going to go jobless in various sectors of the economy because of these tariffs. When the end of the day tries to solve that issue, they blame the government. Why are you trying to solve it? Why aren't you doing two tarak with Donald Trump?
But before I come across to Kapil, before I go across to Kapil, I want a quick question I want to put across to RP Singh. RP Singh, there are reports coming in that Donald Trump has reportedly asked the EU to actually slap 100% tariffs on Indian goods, and he is also saying that this is to target the Indian economy because of purchase of Russian oil. So is there still some good cop, bad cop games happening behind the scenes as far as US is concerned?
Madhav, first, except Sushant Sareen, none of us understand diplomacy better than him. And let's not raise question on his capacity and capability of understanding diplomacy. One. Secondly, at times, silence also play a role in the diplomacy. I mean, it deserves merit, and it plays a role in diplomacy. And Kapil Madan should understand, I don't expect this from the Aam Aadmi Party representative here to understand this part. But again, we are open to trade talks. We never close our doors on the trade talks. We are still on with the trade talks, and the trade talks are still on. And till the time the finality happen in the trade talks, there is no outcome. We can't claim any outcome of it. They have levied a tariff. We have taken it with a stride, and then we are working on it. Already, government of India is trying to work out for the exporters what all it can help them with. They are already working on it. So, but again, the diplomacy is not too thorough, not bouncing at each other. I mean, at times ducking, at times staying silent pays in the long term, and that's paying to India also.
Respond to that, Kapil Madan. This is the strategy, and in fact, that silence has been, India has not responded to the undiplomatic statements of the US government, which could have further exacerbated the situation. It was a considered government strategy to not escalate. What's the problem with that?
In fact, I with utmost humility, I would just respond first to, our, good friend Mr. Sareen here. And let me say this, what he spoke was half facts and full fiction, and allow me to explain. Or allow me to explain in Hindi. इन्होंने बोला कि ये जो ट्रेड की थ्रेट थी, वो तो पाकिस्तान को दी थी और इंडिया को नहीं दिया. तो मतलब इनका इंटरवेंशन था सीज फायर के अंदर, जहां की हमारी गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया का स्टैंड था कि कोई फॉरेन इंटरफेरेंस और किसी की डिस्कशन नहीं थी. Now, point number 2.
What is our stated position? What is our stated position on this? What is our stated position that Pakistan ran to the US, and then when the US mentioned this, we said let the DGMOs talk. This is the stated position. Pakistan was hit badly. It was pounded badly by our Indian Air Force, and they had no other option but to run to the US. And that's when the US said this to them. Where is the ambiguity in this? Where is the fiction in this?
एम्बिग्यूटी ये है, उसके बाद यूएस पाकिस्तान पे टैरिफ नहीं लगाती, इंडिया पे टैरिफ लगा देती है. एम्बिग्यूटी ये है, उसके बाद पाकिस्तान को
ट्रेड डील हुई है. क्रिप्टो, व्हाट इज द क्रिप्टो डील?
होल्ड ऑन,
व्हाट इज द क्रिप्टो डील? दैट्स नॉट ट्रेडिंग विद देम.
These facts are very inconvenient, Madhav. I get your anxiety. I get anxiety of Mr. Sareen also.
You are speaking
so you're looking
without
anxious.
even looking at the fact at hand that there is a sweet deal that Pakistan has done with Mr. Trump and the family there. It's out there in the public domain.
I understand these facts are very inconvenient to both you and Mr. Sareen.
No,
so
there's no question.
Just relax.
I would only request you, Kapil Madan, to think very cautiously before speaking, because you are speaking to the Pakistan agenda, which you are unfortunately peddling on national television today.
No,
absolutely. It's one thing to question the government, it's one thing to speak against the national interest, just to prove your political point.
If someone is trying to question you and someone is
Kapil Madan, do you believe India should buy Russian oil or not? Kapil Madan, tell me now, since you are such a great expert in international affairs, should we buy Russian oil or not? Tell us.
No.
Should we buy Russian oil or not? Answer the question.
Madhav.
Answer the question, yes or no?
No.
We should not buy.
Answer that question.
We should not buy Russian oil.
No, I will not answer that question.
No, you are not answering questions because you have no idea what diplomacy, what the trade talks or what are at stake for India or the rest of the world is. You have absolutely no idea. You're coming and insulting an expert on international affairs, whereas you have no clue of what has happened. You're totally uninformed on the debate, and then you're taking cheap pot shots at everyone on the panel.
No, Madhav.
You tell us whether India should buy Russian oil, yes or no?
No.
Answer the question.
Madhav.
Answer the question.
No, why should I answer this
because
question?
you are making such tall claims that you are such a great expert of international affairs. Answer the question.
No.
Answer the question, sir.
Now I am. Let me say this.
Say what? Answer the question first.
No. I'm answering.
So okay, make your point. Let's hear what great pearls of wisdom you have today.
No, the point I'm trying to make here is
the inconsistent and contradictory, mutually destructive stands taken by the government has confused the entire country. We don't know whether America is with us or against us. We don't know whether we actually got benefited by buying Russian oil or whether we got harmed or we suffered because of Russian oil. You have raised a very pertinent question, but the problem is you are asking this question to a wrong person. Because
you know nothing about this. Because you know nothing about how much money India has saved by buying Russian oil.
Yes, I have.
You know nothing about it.
Saying I don't know.
You know that it is hurting us, but you don't know whether it's worth buying it or not. Wonderful.
I have no
The only hypocrisy I'm seeing, right now, Kapil Madan, is you so obstinate to prove your point that you don't even want to answer a question which is fundamental to this entire debate. But let me bring it. No, it's okay. It's okay. I don't expect you to have the knowledge, but I expect Sushant Sareen to respond to you. Sushant Sareen, please respond to Kapil Madan, who has absolutely no idea of the facts at hand, has believed some fiction in some propaganda website in some corner of some Pakistan, publication, and is completely spewing that. I'm finding it mind-boggling that he's not even thinking about what's in India's interest. But what's interesting is that he is completely pursuing a certain line, which many in India would believe is inimical to what the government has done, and or at least is trying to achieve, diplomatically speaking, with the United States. Sushant Sareen.
Yeah, look, I don't think it is number one, Madhav. In Punjab, again, since Mr. Madan believes in talking in lighter notes, so I'm going to say something in lighter note. In Punjab, the profession of lawyers, they are pronounced as liars. So I think when Mr. Madan takes a pot shot at me and says that what I'm dealing with is full fiction, I think he's indulging in what lawyers in Punjab normally do. And proves that particular pronunciation in Punjab. The fact of the matter remains, nobody in India has ever said that the Americans did not play a role. But what was the role? What India has always opposed is mediation. America was not the only country which was talking both to India and to Pakistan. The Saudis were doing it. The Emiratis did it. The Pakistanis have said it. Our people have said it openly, publicly. The Iranian foreign minister at that point of time had come, and he had spoken to us. So there was a lot of, whenever a crisis like this takes place, there are various countries which get involved or try and get involved to try and see if, they can play some kind of postman carrying message from one side to the other. The Indian side has made it very clear. There was conversations with the Americans, and the Americans were told in no uncertain terms that India will stop firing if the Pakistanis stop. When the Americans tried to lean on us, we told them that you tell the Pakistanis to talk to us. Why are you coming in between?
Exactly.
Which is when the Pakistanis talk to us. Now, I can go in chapter and verse on how the Pakistanis do certain things and then they go back to the American masters and tell them that Janab Huzur kar diya kaam aapne jo bola tha. They've done it. I can give you since he's a lawyer, he can look back and look at the case of Raymond Davis when the ISI chief was sitting in a trial court, and the moment the deal was done, that American mercenary who had to be sent back to the U.S., the moment the deal was done, the ISI chief was messaging his counterpart in Langley and telling him, boss, your work has been done. Right? This is what they do. So if Trump wanted to take credit for it, he tried to take credit from it. It is the same prime minister. And again, I am not making this up. This is published information, not just in Indian newspapers, but also in Western newspapers.
Absolutely. It's very well known. It's very well known. But let me just remind, sorry I'm interrupting you, Sushant, but I just want to remind Kapil Madan. Kapil Madan, you remember a very famous slogan that Rahul Gandhi gave? Narendra surrender. What a lovely rhyming slogan. There is just one small problem. One small problem. It was factually incorrect because Trump and Modi had not even spoken at that time. Donald Trump comes out to say that India is a dead economy. Rahul Gandhi is endorsing that. Why is he so quick to jump to that, sir? And you are quoting that very statement when you are arguing over here.
No. So now can you please tell us what is our per capita GDP and where do we stand in the world?
What is our standing? How big is our country globally as far as the large economies of the world are concerned? Is it among the largest economies or not?
Let's talk about economy. Let's talk about GDP per capita.
Is it dead?
Where do we stand in the world?
Is the GDP zero? Are we dead?
Where do we stand?
Are we dead? Kapil Madan, answer the question. Are we dead?
I am saying, where do we stand vis-a-vis China?
No, what is our population size? Are we a dead economy? Kapil Madan, do you believe we are a dead economy?
No, I am asking you, Madhav.
No, you don't ask me. I ask you the questions. You come here to debate, answer the questions. If you have the answers, if you have the knowledge, please answer the question. The point is, are you endorsing Trump that it's a dead economy? Yes or no?
So, no, I am
if you're not, then don't ask that of a question for India to respond to. When Mr. Rahul Gandhi is the one endorsing such statements. That's all I have to say to you, Mr. Kapil Madan. When you come to a debate, please come better prepared than this. Don't come out by throwing adjectives at others. Come prepared with facts at hand. Leaving it there, R.P. Singh, Sushant Sareen, Kapil Madan, Advocate Vandana Sinha. Thanks so much for joining us this evening.